I wish that the end of the school year for middle school and high school could be a little bit more like elementary school, more parties and less tests.
Yeah, I mean, part of that was kind of gobble because I think you moved away from your mic. But yeah, that's kind of a sort of you got to take one with the other kind of thing. Like it's the end of things, and that means you need to put a cap on it education wise, and you need to put a cap on it like celebration wise, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
celebrate
fair.
until you've
That's
been through an
fair.
ordeal, kind of thing.
Basically.
Am I recording my own microphone? Yes, I'm recording my own microphone. Okay, just.
There's a bear.
So yeah, it's been a few weeks, and stuff has occurred. What stuff has occurred?
Yeah. A few things, I think.
So there was this game that came out, I think a couple of years ago. I want to say a couple of years ago. It's pretty good. It's called Hi-Fi Rush, and it is still one of my top 10 games of all time.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
I may have spoken about it before when I was obsessed with it 2 years ago. And then when Microsoft decided to be Microsoft about things and destroy the studio because they can and all of that fun stuff. Yeah. And then they got saved by Crafton, which seemed like a blessing at the time and now I don't know whether anyone has been following the whole Subnautica 2 kerfuffle. It's a very polite way of saying what it actually was.
Been on the outskirts of it, hearing some not so good things.
Yeah, to put it very, very simply, that might have made it a bit louder. I hope so. My microphone was sort of decided to be at 7 instead of 10. The developer was promised a $250 million bonus if they came out on time and got great reviews, is the very short of it. And the CEO of Crafton decided, I would like to not pay that if that's okay. So I'm going to, everything seems to be on track. So I'm going to just ask, hey, AI bot, I forget which one. I'm going to assume it was ChatGPT because it's always fucking ChatGPT. It's either ChatGPT or it's fucking Claude nowadays. Anyway, and he asked, hey, what is a great way for me to not have to pay this bonus out that I owe this company by rights? And the client was like, well, we can think that through and come up with a reasonable response to that and stop fucking lowering my audio. What the fuck? We can come up with something. But that is like kind of very illegal to do. So I wouldn't recommend it. But if you wanted to do that, here are the options for how you could do that. Yeah. So he tried to do that and it didn't work. Basically, he tried to hostile take over the fucking studio. And that worked until it got into court, and there were very obvious records of, like, hey, you totally did this, and it is very illegal. You now owe them back pay and everything that you owed them before, and will continue to owe them until you pay up. And yeah, so that whole thing happened, and then Subnautica 2 came out, and everything seemed okay. I am going to very quickly just sort of... I don't know how to fix my audio problem, so I'm just going to leave it as it is and let it decide what it wants to do. So, yeah, that all shook out, and now Subnautica 2 is out in early access and has gotten pretty good reviews. And it's out, when it was supposed to be. So that's cool, but that sort of still has the Crafton stink left over it, and that's going to be on every every game that they publish from now on because, yeah.
Mm.
And this is now the publisher that owns Tango Gameworks, which is the publisher, the developer of Hi-Fi Rush, and presumably the developer of a sequel that is going to come out because they made sure they got the rights to that property.
Good.
Is it? Is it good?
It's good that a sequel might come out. Is it good that it's gonna be? Is it gonna be good? Maybe not, but I mean, it's better than. I don't know. I can't even say if it's better than nothing because it probably will be worse than nothing. Never mind. I take that back. I regret it. I regret saying that.
It's a tough one. Yeah. So that's like it was all very hopeful at the time. Like even when they acquired it, the CEO at the time, I don't know whether it's the same guy. Couldn't tell you, but he was like, "Yeah, so we acquired the studio. This is not a studio that we acquired for the sake of making a profit on the games that they produce. This is more of a prestige thing of, hey, this is a cool thing and these people make cool things, and that is going to be a PR bonus for us to just have a company that can make these cool things that aren't really huge. They're never going to be huge, but they're good and solid products that a very like niche audience will just light the fuck up for." I am that audience, by the way, if that wasn't entirely clear at this point. So I was like, oh, awesome. This is quite possibly the best case scenario. And then the Subnautica 2 stuff happens. Now, you see, that was all a lot of stuff and background detail of Hi-Fi Rush that is going on as we speak. I don't know what's going on in the studio at the moment, but yeah, I've been back at playing it, and all of this wasn't supposed to be a tangent on the Subnautica 2 stuff and all of that kind of thing. What this was supposed to be was me bringing it up that I am playing one of my favorite games again because I am playing it on a brand new controller.
Oh, what controller?
The Steam controller.
Oh yeah. Is it good?
It's a pretty good controller.
On the controller?
It's
okay.
Hi-Fi Rush is probably not the best like game to test it on because, you know, it is just a video game that has regular controller support and that works perfectly fine on its own anyway. But it was a game I wanted to play again, and it's, while not best to test the new functionality of the Steam controller that is different from everything else, it is pretty good to test whether it is a decent controller in its own right in comparison to things like the Xbox controller and things like that. And so I have done that, and it is pretty fucking good. It's pretty good. It's a solid controller. It is very nice. No problems with like drifting sticks or sticky buttons that have been the bane of my existence for every controller that I've had over the past like 5-6 years. Yeah.
It's so far, like I have my blue PS5 controller that I use for all my PC gaming stuff, and so far that hasn't had any drift. But I do often consider getting one of them fancy controllers, you know,
the elite ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is a crapshoot. I got one of the early ones, like when it was first coming out, the Xbox Elite controller, and I got one of those, and it lasted me for a good 7-8 years. It was a really solid controller. And then that started to go on the way out, and it's like, okay, fair enough. So I, you know, the first one was an investment. It's over £100, so it's like, okay, it lasted me for 8 years, and it's the best controller I've ever had, so I'm going to get another one. That's fine. And I did. It lasted maybe 3 months before the buttons got stuck, and the sticks were less than great. So...
Dang.
Decided not to take that bet again. Sorry?
It just feels like modern products are getting less and less reliable as far as longevity goes. Granted, they become obsolete quickly with how fast things advance, but come on, put a little more quality into your work.
I would even say it's just a matter of not every controller is built equally. Like there is inconsistency with builds
Yeah,
between whatever you buy.
That's true.
that is what I would like
That's
to
true.
hope is the case that I experienced with my second Elite controller. Don't know, and not willing to make another £100 plus bet on it again, in hopes of getting one that
Yeah.
works. Like, that's if that's the gamble you're making, don't make the gamble. It's not worth it. He says after buying the admittedly only £85 controller, that is the Steam controller, but that one is for guaranteed not going to have problems with stick drift, at least because it has that magnet thing that makes it not do that, basically.
The stick drift is a solved issue if you're willing to actually put in the time to fix it.
Yeah. Well, the time and money, because it is more expensive function of the controller than just regular sticks and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is very nice. It feels very nice. I was very surprised to just sort of have it plugged in and then instantly it can do anything on my computer. Like it's just like it has two trackpads on it. The right trackpad is your mouse. The left trackpad is like a scroll wheel, effectively, and the triggers are your left and right mouse buttons reversed, because that's just how. And yeah, that's just how it does, and that's fine. It works. So I assume that is just how that does for the like strategy games that I could try this controller with, but have yet to do so. So yeah, that's cool. I have that. It is a very nice, functional, comfortable controller. The triggers are a little. They're not triggers I would want to mash because maybe I have fat fingers or something, but just sort of slightly like nicks the skin every now and again. You're trying to push it. It's just sort of like there is too much of a well there, I guess, would be the way to phrase it. But yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. And Hi-Fi Rush is still one of the best games I've ever played. Yep.
So really good. Like when I played it, I just had a blast, and I would like for there to be. Well, I say for there to be, but there are plenty of games where they do things with rhythm and combat and stuff, but the rhythm, combat, and the style and the like, everything just came together in a really nice way that you don't really see.
Yeah. It is a rhythm game. It is a character action game. A style 'em up game,
Mm-hmm.
as some people have called them. Those are two things that are very niche. So they made a niche on top of a niche, which makes it niche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is either a shame or the most awesome thing that has ever come out that was aimed directly at me. So I guess it's nice to feel seen. I guess that's a way we could put that.
I mean, I also like rhythm games and character action games. So as soon as I found out Hi-Fi Rush was a rhythm game, I was like, oh, I want to play that now. Like it's like, oh, it's just two things that I like. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Why wasn't I playing this earlier?
All
right.
So, aside from that, wink.
Classic catchphrase detected.
There was a new show that came out, I guess. That I don't know, would like to be an internet sensation. I guess we can phrase it that way. And that would be Gameoverse.
Yeah, I have
productions.
Yeah. I have the first episode pulled up in another tab. I'm like about to watch it after this.
It's pretty okay. The concept is functionally, hey, congratulations, you completed the video game. You beat the bad guy and saved the world. Thing is, the world only exists for the sake of you existing and beating the bad guy to save it. So as soon as you do that, the apocalypse instantly happens.
Man, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. So I love that type of meta narrative stuff so much. Oh man, I love that. That's great.
So you sort of have these people that are trying to stop the hero from winning, so the world doesn't end.
Become bad guy with entirely understandable reason.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A little. Uh, it's awkward to talk about animation for the pilot of a project that is fairly independent, but the the frame rate of the animation is a little wonky. It takes a minute to get used to.
Is it like a style thing?
I don't know. It just, my eyes are obviously not very good, so I'm not going to be able to speak with authority on how this is supposed to look or how it does look even. But it did seem a little bit inconsistent.
Well, I'll take a look at it and I'll give you an update on that next time.
It was definitely a fun show, regardless, and the animation that is there is like really fun. So
I would imagine that they would want to stylistically, just from what I've seen, it seems to be more of like an older game that they're from. So messing with frame rate could be part of the appeal.
maybe,
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's cool stuff. I enjoyed that one. I hope there is more of it to come. But it is a 2D animation thing, and that takes time.
Yeah, whenever Glitch says pilot, they just mean episode 1 because it's got greenlit regardless if they even get a pilot.
Yes and no. I would imagine it's a case of, okay, we're going to give you a pilot and publish it, and it's on there now. How well it does determines how many episodes you're gonna get.
Probably.
Yeah. Like if something bombs like just completely, then they're probably not going to do any more of it. But if it does okay-ish, then we can give you like a nice 3-episode miniseries, that sort of thing. Because like I say, animation takes time. It is also expensive. It is an investment every time you do it. So you gotta, even for a studio that is like, yeah, this is the thing we do, then you've still got to be selective with what you're going to push through. If it doesn't catch on with anyone, then, but it seemed to be doing okay, and I had fun with it, so I have high hopes to get more.
I mean, it's got 7.6 million views right now.
Yeah, it's
been out for one day.
It was just over 5 when I watched it, which was last night. Yeah, it's doing pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing in mind that this is Glitch and they're riding high from Digital Circus right now, so anything they upload is gonna get some fucking eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in other more stupid news, introducing Mom to Anime has maybe hit the ground running, I suppose would be a term for it. Of just like, hey, so we watched the first season of Spy Family. Damn it. I wanted to be like snarky and shitty about it and be like Spy X Family, blah, blah, and put it in the whatever. So we watched that.
It's just Spy Family.
It's Spy X Family. Don't put it in the title. I'm still gonna be shitty about it. Like even if I did like quote unquote say it right, fuck off. Don't put X in the title if it's not in the title. Like that's.
It's Spy Cross Family.
Honestly, yeah, that kind of works too. That pretty much works better functionally. Like of a description for the show, that's a function of it's better.
Yeah. Usually, whenever they put an X in an anime or something or a manga, they intend it as cross rather than like the letter X.
What the fuck does Hunter Cross Hunter mean then?
That's a good question. I don't really have an answer for you right now.
Anyway,
because it has been literally years since I've read it.
So yeah, we watched Spy X Family, and that was fun. And then after the first season, I was like, hey, we can try something new. And I had some excuse me, I had some thoughts for what we might try. And I was like, how about we try one of the most influential properties of modern Japanese media? And so I had to load up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh. This is either going to be a fabulous success or a fabulous failure.
Yeah, so...
Now, see, I haven't
Go ahead.
I haven't seen Spy Family, but going into season 1 of JoJo from that, isn't Spy Family kind of calm, like a almost slice of life in the way it plays out?
Yeah, so we actually had a discussion about this on our way back from a hospital appointment that I had. It's not a thing; it's just a test, echo, the blah 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 thing, and basically discussing what we've watched so far. And I was trying to get a feel of her interests for what kind of show she likes. She watches a lot of like procedural stuff, obviously, because she's old. Shoe fits. She watches a lot of like crime procedurals and stuff like that, and that's not really a good gauge for dipping a toe into this sort of stuff. So I was like, okay. We watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and that was pretty good. She enjoyed that until the last episode. And then we watched Spy Family, and that's like the way I described it is that is possibly more slice of life than a lot of slice of life shows that I've seen. It is so sedate and kind of almost plodding in how it's paced. It is very much a very slow, very comfortable sort of sitcom thing. And honestly, it was a lot less exciting than I thought it was going to be. And so that kind of it was a weird expectation, except not that weird because the premise is fucking assassin and spy and psychic kid and fucking future seeing dog and shit, and you'd think that would build something like a little more, not necessarily high octane, but like exciting on some level thing, but it very rarely does. Yeah, so I was like, okay, maybe we could try something else that is a little more engaged with what tends to become popular in the West. And my first thought was Full Metal Alchemist, because that's a pretty solid one in terms of that, but that first 13 episodes is a fucking weird one.
It's a
Brotherhood, that is, to clarify.
Interesting show to watch with your mom, of all people.
Yeah. Well, that kind of stops being a function of the story after the first couple of episodes. So, yeah. So I considered that and eventually decided against it for the reason that I just said of like, it's very tonally inconsistent, that first 13 episodes, and will give a weird impression. So I figured that one could wait until maybe later if we ever get to it. And instead, somehow I got it into my head, hey, let's just fucking rip the plaster, the bandage off. You guys use Band-Aid as a fucking brand name. We don't fucking have that, so
it's a brand name. Yeah,
it's weird over here for us to use that particular turn of phrase. Anyway, and just try this thing, and it's like, from everything and everyone I've heard talk about this show, like anyone like getting into anime for the first time, JoJo is like expert tier, or at least considered as much. It's a bit.
It's definitely a bit.
The thing is, like, I did ask what she was into, and she gave me some very broad answers. As like, I don't know. I mean, I like sort of like things. I like fantasy stuff. I love dragons, and I like vampires.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I see the through line.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much how that happened. It's just like, okay, you're giving me nothing, so fuck it. Vampires. Let's go. All right. So we have now watched the entirety of parts 1 and 2. It's been a while since we recorded.
I knew it. I knew it was either going to go. It was either going to go like you're all in or out after the first couple episodes.
Yeah. Okay. First caveat: we're watching the dub. I I guess some people would call me a dub apologist, and I feel like that's incredibly unfair. It's not the 90s anymore. Dubs, generally speaking, are actually pretty fucking good in this era. Like,
They are.
it's not like back in the day when no one knew what the fuck they were doing or didn't care. It's at the point where, hey, just actual professional voice actors are doing these shows and they know what they're doing and they've been doing it for years, if not decades. Like, we've got the shit on lock. Anime is popular in the West. We need good quality dubs. So we can do that.
And we get. Yeah. Good quality dubs are not a rare thing. Even among some lesser titles in anime, it's not too much to ask for that it's dubbed well.
Yeah. So we put on JoJo. Oh my god, Johnny Young Bosch cannot do an English accent to save his fucking life.
That's amazing.
It is horrendous. He plays Jonathan Goddamn Joestar, and we have to listen to his terrible accent for 9 episodes. Oh.
Did your mom like it?
Okay, so we got 3 episodes in, and I'm like, okay, we need to talk. The dub is killing me. Can we try the subtitles for this and just see how it feels? And we watch for a few minutes, and I'm like, okay, what do you think? How do you feel? And she's like, yeah, I'm not used to like looking down to read the subtitles while watching a thing. It's distracting, and I'd rather not have to do that because it means I'm not paying attention to what's happening on screen, that kind of thing. You know, usual kind of thing from someone that, you know, in fairness, that is a very common experience for watching subtitles. That is how I started as well. Of just like 90% of the time you're paying attention to the words and not to whatever's happening. It happens. It's something you have to get used to. So I'm like, okay, it's 9 episodes. We can get through this. It's fine. We can get through this together. Because like, bear in mind, we're both British. I'm, you know, Welsh English. She is Welsh. So like, we know these accents. We know how wrong these are. Like, Michelle Ruff is not better, by the way, as Erina. Just throwing that out there. I've heard Speedwagon's voice actor before. I couldn't name him off the top of my head, but he's doing okay. He's doing his best. But yeah, so that was rough. And then the silly happened, and I think it started to click because you get fucking Tarkus and the other one, Bluford, or Tarukas as the dub fucking calls him for some reason. And we get to the scene where it's like, hey, Bluford's coming, and it's like, oh no, he's hiding the sword behind his back. Which hand is his sword hand? That will determine everything for how this fight is going to go. Oh no, it's neither hand, it's his hair. Bluford wields the sword with his beautiful mane of raven hair. And it's like, both of us just burst out laughing because I'd forgotten, honestly. And completely new to her, obviously. So I was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. That's awesome. And then you have the sword of luck and pluck, and I think that's kind of what sold her on it. Really, is just that whole sequence, and she really fucking hated Dio, like,
yeah,
instantly.
Good.
Yeah,
Dio is a very hateable character.
Yeah, I kind of described it of like, hey, this is this guy's first story that he has ever written, as far as I'm aware. He might have done stuff before. Well, he did do stuff beforehand, but it didn't, like, the editors fucking hated it, if I remember right. But, like, this is his first thing of doing, like, okay, I need to write a villain. I am going to put in every fucking awful thing this dude can do and throw it at the audience immediately. So his, like, first introduction to JoJo, he kicks a dog in the face. He, like, sort of... he does bad things to a lady, and fucking, like, random acts of violence, seemingly like barely provoked and with barely an excuse, and then puts a dog in the oven. And it's like, oh, okay, this is the worst person that maybe has ever lived. And it's like, oh, they're really just kind of going over the top on it. And she's like, oh, no, I legitimately hate this dude. She's just like, with it. Like, yeah, okay, this guy's awful. I want him to die.
Yeah, I thought he was bad then. He didn't cross the line into absolute monster until that scene where he tricked a woman into killing her own child.
Yeah. She wasn't a fan of that one either.
Yeah.
So we get through part 1, and it is mildly sad. I'm just like, yeah, that's okay. But Dio's gone forever, so that's fine.
No.
For the record, we did watch like the first 2 episodes of part 3.
And how did she take it?
The first scene is the fucking boat and the pulling the coffin out, and I'm just like immediately, oh god, oh, you are gonna be so mad. But yeah, part 2 was. I'm not entirely sure how part 2 landed, to be perfectly honest. Just sort of like, yeah, having fun with it kind of thing, but nothing particularly impactful of just like, oh, that's a thing that really clicked kind of thing. Just sort of like, yeah, we're having fun with this. Hooray, the villains of World War II are here. Kind of moments of just like, yeah. Yeah. And now we're in part 3, and we're going to see how that goes with the show that Super Eye Patch Wolf colorfully described as male models shooting ghosts at each other. Yeah. Seems to be decently so far. She thinks Jotaro is a bastard, and he is. And she kind of fucking hated Holly. Because just like, oh, the completely ditzy woman who's just sort of like, fuck off, you bitch. And she's like, yeah, okay. It's just like, yeah, okay. So, I don't know. We're gonna see how that goes. This is an interesting experiment. As someone that doesn't really like part 3, I don't know. I feel like part 3 might actually resonate better because I did say she enjoyed procedurals. Part 3 is the most monster of the week that it gets in JoJo, as far as I'm aware.
Sorry, my brain just completely froze because I just saw that the literally yesterday the voice actress for famous characters such as Ursula from Little Mermaid has passed away.
Oh, that's
yeah, age 79.
It's a good run. Like at that kind of age, you're just like, yeah, okay, that happened. It's sad.
Yeah,
but a lot of great memories with a lot of people.
Yeah, I saw a post the other day about how all the One Piece voice actors are getting really up there in age, and it gets me worried.
A lot of them, yes. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Speaking of One Piece voice actors, you mentioning that the voice actor for Robert E.S. Speedwagon was doing well caused me to look up some of his recent credits. He's playing Orochi in the Wano arc.
I can kind of see that again.
And apparently he was also the voice of Masayoshi Shido in Persona 5.
Yes, he was. That is basically the voice he's doing in JoJo as Speedwagon.
And of course.
Sorry, that was very quiet.
And Hawkmoth, I said.
No idea who that is.
Well, you're lucky then.
Mm-hmm. So, massive tangent and digression. I don't remember what I was saying. That I was sort of prompting for someone to respond to. It's just sort of.
You were talking about part 3 and how you weren't a fan of it.
Yeah, it is the most procedural part, as far as I remember. Of like, hey, we need to go find Dio, and we are going to spend like 50 episodes fighting random mooks, and then eventually fight Dio in the last 5 episodes, and nothing functionally changes between the two sections, except they get a dog.
I like
Zero,
that.
did someone else die because you fucking went silent?
I full disclosure before this, I did have a really intense workout, so I am kind of fading in and out. Uh apologies. Um yeah. Sorry. Where were we? Where were we? I'm trying to get back into it. My
We're
energy
just
drink
gonna
ran
move
out.
on, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please do. Please do. I'm sorry.
All right. So, uh, I guess I'm done. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Zero, just
All
fucking
right.
go.
Okay, I'm gonna go. It is the end of the school year. There are 2 weeks left, and this is one of the hardest parts of the school year for multiple reasons. Because I have to finish grading everything, getting all the report cards put in. I have to move all the furniture in my room on that last day of school. I need to take everything off my walls. I need to organize a whole bunch of activities because we've ran out of most of our curriculum. So we're kind of free forming it here. And yeah, like we're done with all our testing. It's just now I have to have everything graded and have 30 full report cards completed by Friday, which is uh something I've done before. But it's also like last year I got it done super late because it was a pain in the butt, and I underestimated how long it would take.
Well, it was your
So
first year, so that makes sense.
yeah, so I'm trying to get it all done, and then also like uh, continuing to work out and stuff, and keep my health up. And I watched a video about how, and this I believe is true. Like as you're losing weight, once you get down to a certain point, it'll be much harder to lose the weight, but you can notice a difference with each pound, right? Like a very significant difference with each pound. That's kind of in the zone where I am, and I may admittedly be overworking myself now, um, because I got on a real high after being consistently below 200 pounds for a few days, resulting in me walking uh like 25,000 steps yesterday, and then doing another intense workout today as well. And yeah, I may be pushing myself a bit too far with mentally with work and then physically with working out. So it'll be worth it. I'm almost to the end. Almost to the end. I got my kids some awards for end of the year stuff, and yeah, it's it's probably gonna be pretty emotional. I'm probably gonna miss these crazy kids. You don't really get like when you spend a year like with this group of 30 all the time, like you do build a connection. So it does become bittersweet as the end of the year approaches, because like yeah, I'm about to be free for the summer, but also like they won't be my students anymore. They will be moving on. So a little bit sad. Um, but you know, after those 2 weeks, I will be free for the summer. I mean, I'm teaching summer school for like 2 weeks, but that's because they're paying me like $1,000 a week. So I mean, yeah, I'll do summer school for 2 weeks. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll get money. Thank you for the money. Lovely, lovely money. And then I signed up for July. They're doing like they're willing to pay for all my expenses and send me on a professional development trip for a few days in Florida, and will also just hand me $600 for going. So I signed up for that. I'm like, hell yeah, give me money. send me on a vacation, and pay for all my stuff. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time to get out of this house. But yeah, work IRL stuff. I had my
How's
brother
Babby
and
doing?
oh, Babby's doing. I mean, he's his understanding and comprehension of things has been grown a lot, and he does, talk a lot more, understand a lot more. But he's also still just throwing things and spitting on things. He's a wild child.
Yeah.
Overall, he's getting much better at listening and understanding, but he still has moments where like he doesn't sleep enough and then he gets cranky and just starts throwing things at everyone. So yeah, overall I think he's doing good. And my brother and you know his wife came to visit us this weekend, and we hung out, went out to eat, and went out to Top Golf, which is like, if you've never been to Top Golf, what they do is it's like a driving range, but there's giant targets, and you try to hit the golf balls into the big targets to get points and stuff. And that we did 2 rounds. That first round with my family, I got absolutely creamed, and because you tee up the ball, you hit it, and then you look to see where's it going, and then you have to readjust and everything. The second time I was like, no, I'm just going to lock in, and I'm going to queue up one ball, hit it, and without even looking to see where it's going, queue up another ball, hit it, and I just did that 5 times in a row for my turn, because you get 5 shots and then it's the next turn. And when I did it like that, every single one landed in a target and got points. And I'm like, I just got to hit the same way each time and focus only on that, and it'll work out. and then I absolutely crushed it and beat my younger brother, and his gloating stopped, and all was right in the world. Because the first round he started to talk big after he beat me. I was like, okay, you know what? No, I can't. This can't happen. This cannot continue.
Okay. Siblings. All siblings.
Siblings are siblings. I've been reading the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book, A Parade of Horribles. It's the 8th book, which something really astounds me is that this lit RPG series, which has really transcended like its medium, has become mainstream in a large way. Like, people at work know about this book series, Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm even doing a graphic novel of it, but it's a really good series. If you've never tried it out, I have a huge recommendation for the series. I've talked about it before on the podcast, and the 8th book is really fun, and it involves a entire floor, because they're getting through these floors, and it's treated almost like a game show where they are being watched by the universe, and all are basically everybody's watching to see how they die, and the entire Earth has been um, mixed into the hodgepodge that is um, the dungeon they are crawling through. It's really good. The latest floor is in the dungeon is trying to get through a death race, but except with the caveat of we need to make sure as many of these NPC drivers survive, so that way I don't have to go against my fellow actual humans and kill them to survive. And so it's fun. It's a good series. And aside from all of that, there was a random Star Fox Direct, in which Nintendo shows up and says, "Hey, so you know how Star Fox shows up in the Mario Galaxy movie? Well, guess what? We're making a new Star Fox. And by new Star Fox, I mean we're making the old Star Fox, but we're making it new."
Yeah. On another server I'm on, I have seen nothing but stuff. What's is it? James McLeod, his dad,
Yeah.
with the sunglasses. I have seen nothing but memes of him as Dracula Flo.
Yes. That's great.
I have seen neither of these things, to be clear. So, okay. That's.
So, for those who don't know, Star Fox 64 is a remake of the original Star Fox, which then got remade again into a different game, I think on like the DS, which then got reimagined as Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, which then failed horrendously because trying to play on two screens with that game and its controls had a very, very high skill floor and was mentally taxing and exhausting and overall unfun for most people. So they're like, okay, let's try this again. It's Star Fox, but now we have really good graphics. We also added in cutscenes between every mission for the characters to interact, talk with them, and develop the actual characters and the actual plot. We've also added a prologue with, Fox's father, James McCloud, to show you what exactly happened there, and added all these other things to enhance the experience. And yeah, it looks good. It genuinely looks like a really solid, full-on remake with added value, and it's not even going for the stupid $70 price. I think it's going for like a $50 price tag. So, yeah,
They seem to be doing everything right for a proper remaster. I did hear. I watched a couple of YouTubers react to it, and I liked Nintendo Capri Sun's take on it, just thinking that there might be. They might include an extra mode aside from the just basic Star Fox campaign that we're used to, or that people are used to from the previous 2 or 3 games, where you might play on foot as James. So I'll be interested to see if they do something like that. But to be honest, I haven't played any version of Star Fox before, so this will be my first time. And if I'm experiencing it in the highest quality that's been released to date, good for me, says I.
this would probably be the best way to experience the series. While 64 is, a gem, this seems to be just 64 with all the other things added on to make it better. And there's also a multiplayer dogfighting thing where you play as it's 4v4 with one group being Team Star Fox, the other being Team Star Wolf. And yeah, I think that this is probably the best chance that Star Fox has to really take off as a series. And Star Fox has kind of been in like a weird place where there's like 2 games that actually move the timeline forward. Only 2 games. Aside from like Star Fox 2, which was never released and then got released as part of it anyway. And that was Star Fox Adventures, which wasn't really meant to be a Star Fox game, but they slapped Star Fox on it so that they could sell the game, only for it to be a very weird, strange game that did not do well.
I'm gonna be
and
real.
Star Fox.
I watched a highlights reel of the best friends playing that one. So, to be perfectly honest with you, all I know about that game, I say I watched it. I did not watch it. I fell asleep while watching it. And by fell asleep while watching it, I mean I fell asleep while having it on as background audio. So all I know about Star Fox Adventures is yeah, or whatever the noise was. That's literally all I
know. It's Fox gets stranded on a dinosaur planet and has to do dinosaur adventures. I rented the game when I was a kid and I was very confused.
Okay, yeah, not representative of the series is what I'm hearing.
No, he doesn't get in an R-wing the entire time, so it's not really Star Fox. It's just Fox on foot with a stick that he whacks things with. And then the other game that moved forward the series was Star Fox Assault, which progressed timeline stuff, but that also didn't really go anywhere. So I think that what they're doing is Star Fox, which the new one is just called Star Fox. They're doing that.
They didn't go with the Star Fox.
No, just Star Fox. Um, is going to be like, this is our new jumping off point for the series, so that we can make more things from here, so that we can move forward. Because most people don't know who Star Fox is outside of Smash Brothers or his brief appearance in the Mario Galaxy movie. At least most kids don't. So this is kind of a chance for redemption. And I think the reason why they're announcing it now is because it's coming out next month in June. And I get the feeling that we're going to have another like pseudo E3 situation in June where Nintendo and probably a few other companies are going to be like,
Fest,
yeah,
which
I
is
guess
effectively an offshoot of Gamescom, I think is the
yeah.
so
Okay. I just don't know if everybody's going to be there. So I don't know if we're certain on that. If you
whether they're
do,
going to be there is immaterial. There will be enough announcements and stuff that people will just be trying to make their own spot.
okay. So yeah, a bunch of stuff is probably getting announced for June, and since Star Fox is coming out in June, they're probably just announcing it now, so there's more time to prepare and pre-order and stuff. And then when June comes around, that's when all the big heavy hitter announcements are coming out. Like there's been rumors for a long time about there being an Ocarina of Time remake in the works. Because the only Ocarina of Time remake we've had was on the 3DS, and that has not ever left the 3DS. So a proper Switch 2 remake would be very interesting, and would probably be timed to coincide with the Legend of Zelda movie coming out next year. But probably some other stuff too, because excited for that. Whatever that is. I've challenged my dad, since you were talking about getting your mom into anime. I'm challenging my dad to try some games that are not just zombie games, because that's all he ever plays are zombie video games. So like, okay, I'm gonna challenge you. Before the Legend of Zelda movie comes out, I want you to beat one Zelda game. And he's like, okay, as long as they're not too fast. And I'm like, we could just start on a slow one, because they're not really that fast compared to the games that he's been trying to play and been struggling with. Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can get my dad to beat like Ocarina of Time.
Not to gainsay you, I'm not exactly an aficionado on the series. I would have thought Breath of the Wild would have been a nicer jumping.
I'm gonna give him a shot with both, because I think that like that would give him a broader perspective. And I told him like, I'll let you try which one, and you can stick with whichever one you want.
Honestly, I would consider Ocarina of Time to be a better point for introduction into the series. I mean, Breath of the Wild, I mean, it can be linear if you're making it that way, but Ocarina of Time is just a classic. It's a perfect introduction to the series and its lore. I mean, no other game talks about Din, Nairo, and Ferrari in such detail, I don't think.
I feel like talking about lore is maybe a little afield of what would. I don't know if that's a massive consideration, but yeah, this is all outside of our like decision, like Zero knows what he's doing.
My consideration for Ocarina of Time was that my dad played a lot more games back when it was like PlayStation 1 era.
Okay, so yeah, I was getting an impression of like he's maybe not as au fait with the older, let's be honest, jankier era of video games of like of early 3D movement games. And
that was my idea was he'll do that. Plus, there's also the Re-Deads in Ocarina of Time, and my dad likes to kill zombies, so that's the next best thing.
That is very
Yes,
much hey, Jojo has vampires sort of rationale, but okay.
Hey, whatever works. Okay, whatever works. Um, so yeah, I'm that's the goal. Get him to beat that game, or if he likes it, we can move on to Breath of the Wild, and if he doesn't drive with it, we can go straight to Breath of the Wild. Try to get him, to at least understand the basics of the situation. Because as it is, he's very limited by the fact that the only games he plays are very specific zombie games, or horror games. Like he did go out of his wheelhouse to try like the most recent, like Silent Hill, for example, and he did enjoy it. But he was like, if I can do that game, I can do anything.
Okay.
Like, okay, Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did most of the hard bosses, but yeah, okay, Dad.
I mean, he's not unfamiliar with games afield of those genres, though.
Yeah.
He's at least seen some stuff. I mean, he watched you play Honey Pop.
No, my mom did. My mom came in during that.
I thought you said it was your dad, and he started cracking jokes.
Oh no, my mom and my dad did both come in. You're right, on separate occasions.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've known each other for a while, and I have some surprising, embarrassing stories about you that I just sort of have in my back pocket nowadays. It's fun.
It's all good. It was for content.
You lost the footage.
Okay, it was not for content, but that's fine. This is fine. Anyway, my brain's basically kind of fried because I've just been you ever get like so exhausted that you just want to, like, you can't sleep, but like you also don't have the motivation to do anything, so you just kind of sit there and stare at a wall, because that's where I'm at right now. Like, if left to my own devices, I will lay on my bed and just stare, and that'll be it.
Yeah, maybe go a little easier on the exercise for a little.
I am. Yeah. Today was supposed to be my rest day, but then I
decided. Yeah, maybe go a bit easier on the exercise.
Yeah, it's just that double chocolate chip muffin looked really good. Okay.
Oh dear.
I couldn't help myself. Granted, I was the one who bought them for my family, but then I was like, oh, I won't have one. And then the time came and I was like, I don't need it, but I do need it. Which resulted in me trying to outrun my bad daughter a little bit, which you really can't do functionally, but I still try. All right. I'm done.
Okay. Patient, how you going?
Well enough. Hit my quota early at my job this month. As in the first week, I got all the accounts that I needed to get. So, pressure's mostly off of me for the time being. But the rest of the branch is only halfway there, so it's not like I can fully relax. What's really annoying is that there's one more box for something I need to get that I have yet to check. And it's purely because some people say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. I know it's kind of tedious taking customer satisfaction surveys, but it's really helpful to me. And usually I have customers who are better about that, but I just get people saying, yeah, I'll do it, and then they don't. And then enough time passes that the surveys expire, and they can't do it anymore. That aside, I've only got 1 week left of probation. By next Thursday, I should be free, and that'll be good. And I've already requested a week off in June, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
I really need it. Beyond that, next Monday is my 33rd birthday.
Ooh, congrats.
Not entirely sure what I'll be doing. Thank you. Yeah, not sure what I'll be doing. My siblings have moved to another part of the state. Not likely that they'll be able to come down for it. And not much that my parents and I can do about it. I mean, food and presents, yeah, that not a huge hullabaloo that can be made. But it'll be nice. Especially since it falls on Memorial Day, meaning I get the day off with pay. 3-day weekend is a good birthday present. So. Beyond that, though, not a whole lot. Just, pretty much just more of the same. More reading stories, writing stories, playing games, looking out for games that are coming out. Talking with Zom about possibly buying his PlayStation 5, but it hasn't necessarily panned out yet, so we'll see. But yeah, it's mostly more of the same. The only thing worth noting is that I got something of a readjustment in my mindset this past week of making it to the gym every day. I'm still doing abysmally at that, but I'm making it at least once a week still. Going to try again this week. We'll see if I can't do better. I just realized I was dreading it too much because I was holding myself too high with what I was doing. The important thing is just making it to the gym and getting the exercise done, even if it's not as much exercise as I'd like to do, as long as I get it done consistently. Consistency is what I need to focus on first, so I just need to refocus on that.
Consistency is king.
Yeah, and that does make it less daunting to take care of. So we'll see how much that can help me this week. This past week, my rhythm was kind of thrown off by the fact that the gym was closed before repainting for a couple of days, or that was the plan. And then Thursday night, I had my other job, which still going well, but we'll see we'll see at summer's end if I can actually make that my only job. Still very much hopeful about that. So, yeah. And then this week I'll be dog sitting Tuesday and Wednesday night for my parents, and that'll probably throw me off a bit more, but we'll see what I can do.
What kind of dog?
My mother has two. One of them is a golden doodle. The other one, I'm honestly not sure. Just a smallish one, like a terrier of some sort. Yeah. So she has someone else looking after them during the day, but she requested that I be there at night. So that'll be how it goes.
So I remembered another thing. Landlord has decided that I'm getting my kitchen replaced. So yes.
Does it need it?
They say they do it they want to do it rather every 10 years or so, and I've been living here for 11, so it's like okay.
Yeah, close enough.
So I'm like, yeah, okay. Gotta clear everything out, and it's all fine. So it's nice to for them to completely tear out all of the fucking wallpaper and tiles and everything, and just yep, okay. Which means all of my appliances need to move and stuff, and for let's say a good couple of weeks, as I was planning out how I was going to deal with all this stuff going on, I had this less than reasonable thought. I'm like, oh
dear.
well, they're gonna have to. Well, obviously they're gonna have to take out all the appliances and stuff, the microwave and fridge and everything. They're gonna have to move it out of the kitchen. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go without a fridge for a while. I guess live on takeout. Maybe go to the shop and get a store-bought sandwich or something like that, or just room temperature foods that are fine to eat. I guess I can manage for a couple of weeks. I can manage that. That's fine. That's doable. Wait a second. There are the plugs in other rooms of the flat that I can.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I guess the kitchen is now the bedroom or the living room or wherever you need it.
Yeah, I just sort of, for some reason, it's just sort of one of those blank spaces in your brain of oh yeah, it's a refrigerator, it's a kitchen thing, so it has to be in the kitchen, and if it's not in the kitchen, it's not a refrigerator anymore.
Yeah. You've broken free. You've thought outside the box now. Congratulations.
Yeah. So
no more bound by our human constructs. The kitchen is now also the bedroom.
I don't know whether it's better or worse that Patient is doing his level best to not laugh into the microphone. Yeah, so that was my thinking for a good couple of weeks there. Made that realization a couple of days ago.
I'm just loving how much Patience loving this.
I'm sorry, I can't find my phone. You mean the phone you're talking on right now?
Yeah.
It's something along those lines.
So hey Zero, how's the Patreon going?
Well, the Patreon's going real good.
This is what you're funding, people.
Dare say.
I need the help.
Dare
clearly.
say. Clearly. Thank you to our patrons, who are Ryuhitsia 21, Vale, Greek Guy, Ethan F, and the Crossbrain. You all are amazing, wonderful. Thank you for your support. And if anybody else would like to support, link down in the description.
Yeah, all that and Discord and stuff. And tell me I'm stupid. Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, if you join our Discord, you can directly tag Casey and tell him that he's stupid.
I would rather they didn't do that, but don't tell people to do that. That pings my phone. That's not cool.
Okay, you can tag me and I'll tag Casey.
Also, how is that an improvement? How is that an improvement of that logical theory? Maybe you're the one with the blind spot in his brain, huh? Of just that was a really dumb thing you just said, Zero. You should feel embarrassed about that, right? Right, everybody?
No. Tag me and I will save all of your responses and I'll share them with him on the next podcast.
Thanks.
In seriousness, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.